Yo, yo, yo! What it do, YouTube? Y'all already know who it is. I'm back at it again. This your boy AJ. On the Deep Thought. We back at it again. Once again. Ha, yes sir. Yeah. I'm back. Back on a brand new video, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, I ain't finna waste y'all time today. Let's go on and get into it, man. As you can see, we finna talk about the whole Fat Joe situation, man. Regarding Fat Joe and his comments about the FBA, should I say. If you don't know what FBA stands for, FBA stands for Foundational Black Americans. You know what I'm saying? Do your research about that so you can understand. And Fat Joe has been kind of going back and forth with a lot of people about hip hop and who he thinks or believes started hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And Fat Joe has said a lot of disrespectful things towards that, which included of him getting booed off stage in Chicago. So we finna get into that whole thing real quick. Shout out to Corey Holcomb of the 5150 podcast. Shout out to the brother Theo Cooper of the Do Better podcast for the video, man. Corey Holcomb speaks on Fat Joe disrespecting the FBAs. So we're going to check that video out first, man. Then we're going to get to Fat Joe responding to getting booed off stage in Chicago. So always remember, everything that we're doing uses under the act of the fair use. We finna go and get into this video, man. We ain't finna waste no time, man. Let's get it.
Know everything about it.
There's something new.
Did he say something racist?
No.
Well, here's the thing: you got the FBA community.
What is the FBA? You have to say what that is.
Foundational Black. I always figure what the A stands for. Put it in the comments.
Association?
Americans, or something like that.
Hey, find out what FBA stands for, Nayo.
Foundational Black America.
Foundational Black America. I've been looking online. I seen Fat Joe had something to say where people in the FBA are against what he said.
Yeah,
I don't know what he said.
I don't either.
So basically, this is like, to sum it up, the FBA, they do righteous work though. So basically, us.
And also, I'm going to actually find that clip of Fat Joe saying what he said about the FBA. So we're going to actually find the clip. We're going to try to find the clip. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he did an interview with Matt Hoffa, and that's where Fat Joe said what he said. So we're going to probably go and tap into that. But let's get back to the video right now.
Being black people that were from here, we are the most stolen from culture in the world. People steal everything we do, the way we dress, our music, just countless things that we fought for, from rights to whatever we've contributed has been taken, and people don't like to give us credit. So the FBA, they just basically stand on business. Anything that anybody tries to steal, like in a culture vulture type of way, they be online and they smash and they check people. And Tariq Nasheed is one of the top speakers of the FBA. As far as he fights for it. So it's a just thing that they do. But Fat Joe being from Brooklyn and being a rapper, a lot of black people or people of African descent who don't necessarily identify as being who aren't FBA, foundational black people from America, they basically smash on the fact that, hey, yeah, you Jamaican or you're Puerto Rican, but you're not one of us because you don't accept us as one of you. So the things that we have started and the things that we have captained, you need to fall in line and pay respect where respect's due. And what happened with Fat Joe is the rap thing. So Fat Joe was saying that Puerto Ricans started hip hop, and right, but and
I had to laugh at that.
And then also Busta Rhymes was saying Jamaicans started hip hop because of Kool Herc being the first DJ. Yeah. So that's not a correct statement. That's an incorrect statement. Hip hop was started a long time ago by foundational black people during the bebop movement in the 30s. There's been elements of hip hop that existed far before hip hop, but what happened in the early 70s is when hip hop became a culture, and so that's the argument, because hip hop is counterculture. You know, it basically was started because we weren't given an opportunity in mainstream music. So
yes, and before I let the rest of this video go, man, let me just shout out Craig, man. Y'all know him, man. He be on YouTube as well. You know, he be on the 5150 show, but he also a comedian. He be on YouTube doing skits. Shout out to Craig Facts, man, for dropping these jewels, because I feel like a lot of people need to understand why when someone like Fat Joe say Puerto Ricans started hip hop, it makes a lot of us kind of mad or upset, because it's like you trying to wipe out the history of what our people, or should I say my people, have started and created years before something called hip hop became something to fruition. The elements of hip hop was already here prior to the 70s. Just like Craig said, you had elements of what you now call hip hop through bebop. You know, you had gospel groups. It was gospel groups that had a rhythm that is similar to hip hop. Naming one of the gospel groups, that was a gospel group by the name of the Jewelers. And it was a gospel song called Noah's Ark. If it wasn't due to YouTube copyrights, I will play that on YouTube. I will play that right now, but due to the copyrights, I can't play it. So you have to do your own research and look it up. It's called Noah's Ark by the Jewelers, if I'm saying the name right. Gospel group, and they had elements of what you now call hip hop. And we talking about a gospel group. So for someone for like Fat Joe or Busta Rhymes to come out and say that, oh, hip hop was created by Puerto Ricans or hip hop was created by Jamaicans, it's a disrespect to the ones who was already from this country, born and raised in this country, that was already showing you elements of what now we call hip hop. But I digress from that. Let's get back to the video.
So the FBA has been smashing on Fat Joe and anybody that is trying to take credit for something that was started by us, people who were descendants of slaves or whatever, however you want to say it. So
the majority of music genres today have been started by FBA or black people in general. I just get so tired of everyone trying to take credit for the things that we've discovered as a people.
And one of the people who speak highly, who go hard for it, is DeJuan Brown. He's really an advocate of it. He goes hard. He be going in on a lot of people, you know what I mean? But it's a big argument because, you know, when it comes down to it, a lot of black people who aren't foundationally black as far as being from America, they be all for the fight according to the FBA when it comes to taking the resources that we fought for. But when it comes down to it, they separate and they identify with what they are when it comes down to it. You know what I mean?
Right. So they were basically checking them.
They don't really with us like that.
But you're talking about them. They were checking Fat Joe.
So they were checking Fat Joe. They checked Busta Rhymes. They checked a lot of people. I'm talking about like going.
Well, hard. I know everybody.
And it seems like they also checked Math Hoffa, because that was his podcast where Fat Joe was in the barbershop talking all that shit. Like they gave him some smoke too.
Start by this.
Here it is right here. This is it right here. This is the clip of Fat Joe disrespecting foundational black Americans and Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar has said some things also, and like I said, Fat Joe, we're going to get deep into this video, man.
That shit. Like they gave him some smoke too.
Start by this. These rumors were made by radical black racists. Let's just say that. Okay? It's a group of these guys that don't want to hear Jamaican, don't want to hear Guyanese, they don't want to hear a black guy that ain't down with them. Right? So their job is to criticize anybody who don't look like them or who ain't black American.
Who are these guys?
You want me to say a name? We're going to give them too much clout.
I mean,
the FBA, Foundational Black Authority, whoever the these broke niggas is. I'm just keeping it a buck. And their shit is to attack everybody on Twitter. You see this nigga who run them? Like, you know, your leader? Yo, man, you got to be kidding me, man. And so they trying to change the narrative. They're not from New York.
Right.
So they telling a whole nother story. This
uses black for what they can get out of it. Black people, since the beginning of the world, they use us for what they can get from us.
Right.
But they act like we're nothing.
Right.
I know that. I'm talking about even like what is Busta Rhymes? Jamaicans, Puerto Ricans, they're black when it works.
When it works.
But they act like they're more. Not all. Some people know who they are and where they come from.
Right.
But the black people who were taken over there to Spain and turned into what they got turned into.
Right.
I mean, do you know what I mean when I say that?
No.
Yeah.
All the slave ships didn't come to America.
Yeah, they went everywhere.
Right, they went everywhere.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All the slave ships didn't stop in America. The slave ships went in Jamaica. The slave ships went to Brazil. Slave ships went to Spain. Slave ships went all through Latin America. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I'm saying. And rest in peace to the late, great Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney said it best, man. Everybody want to be us, but when it's time to be us, they know where to be found. Everybody want to be up until they have to be up, if you know what I'm saying. Let's get back to the video.
Like, I don't know who Fat Joe thinks he is, but do you know where your roots come from? Where everybody's roots come from?
Exactly.
See, Fat Joe.
Africa.
Yeah.
Exactly. I apologize for that. Y'all know what that is. Let's go on and we're gonna get back to the video real quick.
Yeah. Fat Joe is different.
Do you know that?
Yeah. He knows that. He knows that. But at the end of the day, you know, it goes down to Dr. Claude Anderson's definition of racism. His definition of racism is the competition for wealth and resources between groups of people. Mm-hmm. So even though Fat Joe may be wrong on some of his stances, I don't know completely, what the other people are doing is they're on code with their community. And that's what the FBA is trying to establish in our community, is that, nigga, we need to be on code. You know what I mean? Like, when it's time for them to form like Voltron and click up and be like, we are whatever we are, whether it's Jamaican, Puerto Rico, wherever they from, they do it.
Right.
We don't do it. So, and we're allowing them to come in and take resources according to that community. We're allowing them to come in and take resources when we need to put our flag in the dirt and fight. Like, nah, nigga.
Yes.
This, you know what I mean? Nah, bro. It's like a nigga stealing.
Yes. And that's why I respect the FBA. I respect them. You know what I'm saying? I consider myself that. You know what I'm saying? Doing my research, I got a lot of roots going from where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? But for real, that's real talk. And that's one of the main problems with us. We don't stay on code for what's real. And I feel like this situation here with Fat Joe is a stepping stone for us actually trying to stay on code and letting people know that we ain't going for the disrespect no more. We ain't going for that. We gonna fight for what's ours by any means necessary.
Your comedy style, it's like a Jamaican nigga talking about side bitches and abortion.
Well, that's what they all do. I get stolen from all the time. I just keep coming up with more shit.
Yeah.
Now everybody talk about fucking broke bitches.
Yeah. But if they say, Fat, look, I don't know everything about it, y'all, so don't hold me to everything I'm saying. But
well, this is what I'm saying. When I meet you, that's when I really get an idea of who you are. When we did Wildin' Out, one day Fat Joe was a guest. And Fat Joe said, anybody say something about me, I'm gonna bust you in the head with a baseball bat.
You lie.
Nigga, I'm a motherfucking a man. Yeah. I ain't finna lie on no motherfucker.
That is some sucker shit by Fat Joe, but doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
This is what the man said.
Some sucker
and
shit.
I felt kind of weird when he said that.
Of course.
doubt.
Because I'm like, he probably not playing.
no, he not playing.
But why come on that show?
No.
Exactly, D.
Go ahead, D.
But why come on that kind of show to say something like that?
Right. So pussy ass, man.
That's what I was saying. I was like,
you on the wrong show, homie. Then come on, you're supposed to be like, come on with it.
motherfuckers here with mob
You know what I'm
action?
saying? Roast me. Let's go.
Because that's all it is mob action.
terrible. Yeah, that's
Because ain't no one motherfucker running the world. What it is, some motherfuckers got a mob, and they use their mob to be some motherfucker who is an enforcer or whatever. So what I'm saying is, when I heard about this, I was like, well, what happened now? Because I don't know what happened. But what I'm saying is this, about how everybody shit on black people. Because I know we the most hated. We the most hated. It ain't no doubt from my 55 years on this planet. It was a bitch who was talking shit about me on Monkey K show. This bitch was bragging, saying, I'm Filipino, I'm this. Everybody hate being black, but they use black to get what they can get out of it.
Yep.
That's one thing I know. So I want to say to my people,
Everybody want to be a nigga till it's time to be a nigga.
when you see people talking shit about black people, trust me, don't it's a insecurity because they not black people. Black people are the people everybody try to be alike. Go to Iceland.
Facts. Everybody want to be us, man. Everybody you can think of want to be us. Everybody want to be us. They can lie and say they don't. They can cap. They can do all that. But everybody want to be us, man. Real talk. You can listen to it in their music. You can listen to it in their commentary. Like, for real, man. Everybody want to be us, man. But when it's time to actually be us, everybody run away.
You will see Icelandic citizens acting like us. We are the culture. We are everything, but we are in direct war with the government. The government refuses to let us raise up in any way. They not worried about them other people. Them other people don't want nothing but rights to be able to do sucker shit. Black people, the people they went and captured and made build this country for free, we are public enemy number one. Because if we realize who we are on a united front, we can't be stopped.
Yeah.
That's what they know. So they will always have us bickering. They will always have our women taking pictures with filters on the internet and starting to believe that's really them.
And they will always keep us distracted. Remember that. That's key. Keeping us distracted on what we need to be on, rather worried about something that ain't got nothing to do with us, that's throwing us off the track. That's how they keep us in line. Every single time. You tell me I'm lying, I'll show you the way.
We in a bad spot. So when you see people talk crazy about us, I guarantee you, man, it's insecurity.
Facts.
100%.
It's insecurity, man. Don't fall for it. I ain't got time for it, to be quite honest. I mean, like, yo, I'm just saying, here we are, all out here trying to survive. But black people got it worse than any other group to ever set foot in America. Nobody has it worse than us. The shit that we've had to do and tolerate is unimaginable. But still, everybody want to be like us. Because ain't nobody... You see this hat right here? You dig what I'm saying? Motherfuckers might start wearing hats like this because they seen a motherfucker man like me in a hat like that. I ain't saying I'm the first one to wear a hat like that. That's stupid, even pretend that. But what I'm saying is, we trendsetters.
Always have been.
We the ones that set the standard of fashion and everything, man. They try and mimic us and then talk crazy about us. Don't let it bother you. We fucking all they hoes.
Oh, man.
That is not an exaggeration. Master has been so worried about going to the marketplace in town because them slaves who didn't have on no draw is out there in the field and his wife is ready to bust down for all of them.
That's what they don't talk about, but they have documented records of slave owners divorcing their wives for fucking the male slaves.
Not surprised.
Say that again.
They have
just so people can hear it.
There's documented. You know, I think there's a percentage. I want to say like 9% of slave owners.
They said the black man name. Courtney Mallory and Nicole Mallory, black farming couple in El Paso County, Colorado.
So the back off of what I was
behind them and send them something. Go ahead, Craig. Take that down.
Yeah, but the FBA, that's the type of shit that we need to be focused on. With Fat Joe talking about on the hip hop front, we need to have some type of FBA coin or some way to hold people responsible for how they spend their money. You could be FBA or whatever you claim to be. I don't know what it is, but if you're not spending black, you are just as foul as Fat Joe for what he said. Okay. If you are not circulating your money within our community and spending your money in a safe way that can contribute to us having economic power, I don't care how many historical facts you quote. I don't care how many dashikis you own. I don't care how many niggas you troll for saying shit that's anti-FBA. The focus needs to be on the flow of economics and how you spend your money. That is the only way to truly be on code where it matters. Everything else is just opinion. You need finance to back that opinion. You can't fight an economic war spending your money on the other side because they're just going to take your money and buy bullets with it.
Craig got the cooking there at the end, and he made really good points. As far as Fat Joe, I'm not going to lie. Fat Joe always rubbed me the wrong way because the way he just so comfortably says nigga all the time. And I grew up in Detroit, all black city, so I didn't have Hispanic or like Puerto Rican neighbors. All my neighbors, classmates, teachers, dentists, everybody growing up was black. So I don't know how that dynamic works. I know it's probably different in New York City and Los Angeles and maybe down to Texas when you living next door to like Hispanic or Latino people, whatever. I've always wondered about that N-word pass, and that's what's always rubbed me the wrong way with Fat Joe. But Fat Joe has always struck me as somebody who was down for hip hop culture, but not really the people who created hip hop, obviously black folk. But I'm glad a lot of people gave Fat Joe pushback, and as I stated earlier, as well as Matt Hoffa, letting him sit on his platform and spout that bullshit. But you guys let me know what you think in the
facts, man. Facts. Shout out to the brother Theo Cooper and Corey Holcomb, man, for the video. You know what I'm saying? I will leave the link down in the bottom of the description below. You dig? But we ain't done. We just getting started with this Fat Joe shit. Now, we is finna check out Fat Joe reacting to getting booed off the stage, man. They booed Fat Joe off the stage in Chicago. After the FBA comments came out, people weren't going for it. They was booing them off the stage. Shout out to the brother Big Ant of the Urban Politicians TV YouTube channel, man. Shout out to him and his channel. We finna check this video out. Everything used by fair use. Let's get it. We're going to kind of mute it off because, you know, it's music playing.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make it is snowing out here in H-Town right now, and I'm born and raised in Houston, never lived nowhere else. And this is the most snow that I've ever seen on the ground in my entire life, where it's fully covered and things like that. It has had a little snow situations before, but never like this. I done seen snow when I done traveled other places, but this is a once-in-a-time thing. So I was like, you know what? We gotta pop out and get the job done outside regardless. As it did started the trend last night on Twitter that Fat Joe was booed while he was out performing in Chicago. I was streaming, I was live, and people was coming into the chat telling me, hey man, that nigga Joe got booed in Chicago. And I'm like, I don't know, bro. I'm listening to it. I said, it don't sound right. It don't seem like it match up with the video and everything. And then also, somebody else has said he wasn't even in Chicago, but then it ended up coming out as he reposted right there. Meanwhile, in Australia, letting it be known he didn't seen it. He letting it be known that he didn't heard about it, that people is getting at him and everything. But he is out the country right now doing shows. And I do want to make this part clear right here, bro. I'm speaking on this because this is what's going to happen on the internet when you say certain things that people find offensive. They're going to start to troll you. They're going to start to push narratives. They all going to decide to go at you. I just the type of person, this don't have to be done for the truth to be understood. I'm not a person that's pushing no hate campaign, some jealousy campaign, or trying to tear nobody down. People been tagging me in it, sending it to me. My point is made with the truth, bro. There is no beef. There is no plex. There is no smoke or anything like that. This all about the factual narrative being documented with me when it comes to FBAs, hip hop, the culture, and everything of the sort. I just want to make it clear since we here again. FBA is not a cult and it's not a hate group. No. Are there people at FBA who are online going at Fat Joe, applying pressure, and to other people as well who are not Black Americans? Of course. Is there some of them that's doing it for get back? Is it some of them just doing it to troll? Is it some of them that's just taking pride in it? Yes, whatever their reasons are. But those people that do those type of things online exist in every race, every group, every ethnicity, wherever you can think about it, where they gonna just go at niggas. But it's 40 million plus, at least 40 million Black Americans in this country right now that are FBAs as well, that are not doing, and all of them are not doing that. Those are just the ones on Twitter. FBA is a description of a lineage passed down through slavery, documented history that can't be undone. Yep. Meaning you are not an immigrant from another country, meaning that your parents, you can trace your lineage back to slavery in America. Your parents are not immigrants. You're not first or second generation. Exactly. This is not a hate situation. Nah. This is just people identifying who they are. Yep. There's several descriptions of Black Americans. I want people just to have the facts out there and don't get it mixed up in these storylines on the internet, letting people spread propaganda and lies and things like that. And when it comes to the creation of hip hop, everything that makes up in hip hop, everything that hip hop is a reflection of what Black Americans do every day. That's why it's all Black rappers, y'all. That's why Black rappers are the most popular, because it's naturally what we do every day regardless. The way that we talk, the way that we dress, the way that we interact with it.
Yep, it's our way of life. It ain't just a nigga making music. It's the way of life. It's just what it is, no matter what part of the world they from.
Each other, even down to us saying the word nigga, passed down through our ancestors. We took it and made it something else, but people use the word nigga. And you got to know the history of it, that this is all coming from Black people. You go back to the 40s, you got the Jubilaries rapping already, and that's just when it got put on camera. There's videos of us breakdancing back in the day already. James Brown, his music being sampled in the early days of music, and them getting on the mics rapping, us throwing parties. This did not start for the first time in Bronx. And Facts. I seen what Melly Mel had to say.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. This shit didn't just start in the Bronx. It's been going on. You been saw the elements before it was a name put on it.
I want this to be clear, bro. Melly Mel and the people in the Bronx, and Melly Mel wasn't even one of the first guys out there, but I'm just saying he's early for sure. I just wanted to be clear, bro. Yes, New York created what we identify as hip hop, but the things that make up hip hop were already going on in Black American culture. Breakdancing, rapping, DJing, party, fashion, the way that we use a different slang with the American language. That was going on all over the country. Yep. They put it in the melting pot and got it formed into a thing where we're going to call this something. They didn't even call it hip hop at first. Just know that. It's not like they just woke up one day and said, oh, this is all hip hop. No, bro. It's things that got put together that were already taken from society and formed this thing that we call hip hop. Just know that, bro. And we just got to keep it 1,000. I know certain people, they don't want to hear that, but I have a platform and I'm most definitely going to make sure I get the truth out there as much as I can and any time that I can, because
the truth need to be told. The elements of hip hop was already around before there was even called hip hop. The elements was already there. It was already around. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's a big deal.
This is what we do naturally. I tell y'all all the time, everybody that's black is not hip hop. But every person that's black that does hip hop, they make every single thing they do hip hop, and it can be traced through centuries down the line of early days of melodics and catching rhythm and styles and things of from slavery days and all of that. And we don't do what no other country do or try to, they'll come in and we might grab a piece of something from them and say we gonna add it on to what we doing every once in a while, but our sole basis in existence and lifestyle is coming off of what has been going over here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, bro. We've been here for centuries in America. So that's all the FBA is. This is not a hate group. You can't take the negative or the bad apples or the ones you don't like and say this is going to represent.
Exactly, man. FBA is not no hate group. It's a lineage. You know what I'm saying? That's who we are. You know what I'm saying? Do your research if you don't know. But anyway, before we get up out of here today, man, before we leave, I just want to say this about Fat Joe. I feel like Fat Joe should have just kept his mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? You should have just kept your mouth shut, bro. Some things are just best left unsaid. But I'm glad you said what you said, though, so the truth can finally be revealed about you and so many others who had used the culture because of you had the features, but yet you don't want to believe who really had started or had a hand in something. So now you want to say stuff like Puerto Rican started hip hop. As if we ain't did nothing. But anyway, who am I? So, hey, man, that's the video. Shout out to Theo Cooper of the Deep Thought. Theo Cooper of the Do Better podcast. Shout out to Corey Holcomb of the 5150 podcast. Also, shout out to the brother Big Ant of the Urban Politicians TV YouTube channel. I will leave the links down in the bottom of the description below. Always remember, man, if you want to join the channel, if you want to be a part of the channel, all you got to do is hit that like button. Make sure you hit the like button. That keeps the videos going and rolling. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure you subscribe. We keep on running it up, man. We finna get bigger and better this year. So I will see y'all in the next video. Peace. One love.